Quiet Place Day One, starring Lupita Nyong'o, starring Joseph Quinn, directed by Michael Sarnowski, who's the director of, I believe it was Pig, which was a great film. And this is the third film slash prequel in the Quiet Place world universe saga. It's not really connected much in terms of the storylines that are happening in the Quiet Place films. I mean, before we had Jonathan Krasinski written and directed and starring in the first one, and it's basically him, his wife, and his kids in a farm. That's basically the whole film, fighting aliens, and they've got to be silent, right? The second one, still directed and written by Jonathan Krasinski. However, his character is not in the second film, and it's instead got the Peaky Blinders guy, who's wonderful, and the family from the farm as well. So it really follows them and the deaf daughter. This one goes all the way back to day one, and it's set nowhere near the farm. It's set in the middle of a very loud, big, giant city. And yeah, what a great way to start this story, because yeah, I've always wondered when I'm watching the Quiet Place films, which I love, by the way. I've always wondered, damn, how does this unfold in a super loud environment like the cities of America, the big cities? And so we've got Lupita Nyong'o. She is a character who is in a hospice, so she's dying. She's ready to die. They're preparing her. They're just trying to keep her comfortable, because she's inevitably very soon gonna die, and that's her reality. You've got the aliens coming down, all havoc breaking loose, and then she meets Joseph Quinn, who is this, I think he's like a British guy, gone for some sort of job interview, so he's alone basically in the whole country, and they meet up, and it's just... Man, these films are beautiful, and it's the same as the other films as well. This film is so beautiful because despite this looking like it's got a slightly bigger budget, despite this being an end of the world sort of disaster alien invasion film, it ends up being about finding a friend at the end of the world, finding the things that give you sort of joy and comfort when it looks like joy and comfort no longer exist for people. Lupita Nyong'o, her character, she's gonna die anyway. Like the fact that there's aliens around barely affects her story. She just wants to get pizza. Like, before the aliens arrived, she wanted to try this pizza that she thinks is the most delicious pizza in the world. After the aliens have arrived, that's still her goal. Like, aliens are almost inconsequential here. They just provide a really interesting backdrop for a story about people facing their own mortality, about loneliness, about finding a friend, finding someone you can connect with, just, clinging on to little pieces of humanity and clinging on to the little things you can do to make someone else's life better, the little things you can do to make your own life better. There's a cat in this film which plays a really big role. I love that cat. Lupita Nyong'o's facial expressions when bad things happen, she's so good at that. Like, her face is so expressive, and I just think it's magical when something bad happens. Her face, like, she wants to scream, no, she wants to scream that, but she can't, and it's just this huge facial expression. I'm trying to do it, but I can ever do it justice. It's the eyes, it's the mouth, it's everything. It's wow, I can hear you even though you're being silent. And that's the other thing I want to say about these films. These films are incredible for making cinemas be absolutely silent. You forget that when you watch normal films, there's like popcorn rustling, there's people sort of whispering to each other, there's probably like a phone light going on over there, you can hear vibrations, you can just hear things, especially here in London. I can sometimes even hear like sirens outside, like I can just hear things all the time, but you kind of tune it out when you're in any other film. But in this film, where things drop down to absolute silence, like, you feel embarrassed to like pick your popcorn because it's going to make a little bit of rustling and like chewing. You're like, ugh! Like, it's so quiet in the cinema. Everyone shuts the fuck up to watch these films, which is just a testament to these films. Is it as good as the first one? No. Is it as good as the second one? Maybe. I'd say maybe this one and the second one might be on level. The first one's probably the best, the most heartfelt, the one that made me want to cry. But they're great. These films are great. You're on the edge of your seat at some moments. Some moments you're just enjoying the acting, the characters interacting in a world where you can't make any noise. Like, that's exciting enough to watch for me. So I really highly recommend this film. Go and watch it. I think it's still out at the cinema, unless you're watching this in the future. Then it's probably not, but it might be somewhere on streaming, so watch it there.